I'm just going to ask, because we're always late on Women of the Stars. We don't go on Terri's time. We go on color people time. So is that wrong if I say that? But tonight, that's what we're doing. We're on color people time. So we got up in the top, Jax, the spiritual pathfinder, Terri Smith, the spiritual guide, Susan Long. She's one of those X-Men characters. Are you Jean Grey?
I'm Jean Grey, and I'm also a Fae. So,
all right, you're gonna see her. Yeah, and then you got
also a Hulk, and I'm also the Dolphin. Yeah, I was in a lot of programs.
Then we got Veronica over here. She's not busting out the fans. So you're not busting out the fans today. So you're the Incredible Hulk today. She is truly gone Hulk. She's gone Hulk, y'all.
That's it. I'm done.
You done lost your shit. She done gone Hulk. And we got Chastity over here, the founder of the Light Salt Fire. And it's Happy Galactic New Year. We don't have no party paper. But we're on here because today is a day out of time. It's Happy New Year's Eve, Galactic New Year's Eve. And we just came on here to celebrate with one another and to hang out with you. And we're just going to talk.
I have something I want to read. I was going to record it, but I just like to read it out.
Go for it.
So it's about the day out of time. And we are talking about the Mayan New Year, which is, and today is the last day of the old year, and it's a day out of time. So the month of July offers us an opportunity to see with the eyes of a sacred geometry with 1,000 different angles and patterns. We are asked to look through all levels and dimensions of emotions into the underlying fragile reefs of self and soul, very fragile and in need of our attention. We try so hard to block what hurts, we cushion it any way we can. Eventually, all comes full circle in the karmic Ferris wheel cycle, and we come face to face with that which we ran away from. The she crab carries scampers from her truth and runs hither and fro, shielding herself. In this month of July, we come to a holy intersection of time and ancient sacred days that have both an end and a beginning. A great stellar pulse comes forth from our day star straight into the heart of all mankind. We slowly move step by step toward which an inchworm, sidestepping as many issues as possible, stuffing the emotions with the sweetness you are not finding in the real world. On July 25th, we entered the day out of time portal, a place where all and nothing exists simultaneously side by side, a place that would tie the string theory in knots if they ever met. The Mayan day out of time is the last day of the galactic calendar in the Mayan calendar. 13 moons are 28 days, which equals 364. The extra day, the 365th day, is July 25th, called the day out of time. This day is observed as a day free of time. This free day realigns with the 13 moon calendar and solar year. It is aligned with the feminine aspect of nature, a day of reverence and respect for all life, dedicated to no time. Each and every day, we need to allow a few moments to step out of time and realign our energies, to swim deep into the void for the eternal minute and realign with your heart and soul's desire. To see the multiverse with all your failed and forgotten dreams come to life, built in Technicolor and surround sound. Everything you had given up on and tossed to the wind landed in the sacred place known as the day out of time. For the Maya, July 26th each year marks the start of a new cycle and a new personality or essence for the year ahead. Signaled by its own sign or glyph, the day out of time on July 25th is perhaps more important for the Maya than the Mayan New Year, July 26th. It is a day to give thanks and reflect on what has been achieved and what lessons are still to be learned. July 25th is a link day where new ventures should wait for the energy of the new year. It is also a time when anything can happen. And that is from the Cosmic Insight for July by Jillian Macbeth Loughton from 2017. I just wanted to share that with you.
This is for education purposes only. You cannot sue me. No, I was kidding. Okay, Terri, tell us more about that. What did you get out of that and what you wanted to share with everybody about it?
Well, I think I just wanted to share sort of the background why we're having this celebration, because it's the beginning of the Mayan New Year. But like over the last few years, I've gone into studying a little bit about the galactic calendar, but I know almost nothing because there's a lot of information. But I know that this is a very powerful day, and it's observed in many places in the world. And some are saying that when all of the when everything changes in the earth, we're going to be going into like a galactic calendar, 13 moon calendar. So to measure time, because it makes more sense. So 28 days, 13 moons. So and I think just today is sort of, Erica, we've been talking about, we were feeling it last week, that like it's the beginning of something new. It's like the year was ending, and this is why I said, well, it's because we are coming to the beginning of a new year. So I think we naturally inside of us, we are more in tune with the cycles than we realize it, and so we can feel certain things coming and shifting. And so it's a good time to allow yourself to reflect on what's been for the last year and start something new beginning tomorrow.
Definitely, like you said, that I know for sure when I came back from the Full Disclosure Now conference, I just felt different. I felt some changes in my body, and I felt as if, I don't know, it wasn't like we worked hard, Susan. It wasn't like we were super busy, like, oh my God, we're doing so much. But it felt like some type of change, like we were at the end of something and the beginning of something new. And then definitely what happened to me, I got home, I got right out of the car, and I saw the peacocks in my yard. So I was like, okay, let me go on my trail because I haven't been here in a few days. And I go walk by the church, and I'm in a grassy area. Now I go to this area. I have found feathers in this area. I found a dead squirrel in this area. And this day I find a new manhole in this area. And it's not new that it looks new, but it's new to me. And I've had another incident with a manhole where I thought it was there. I actually fell in it. I actually hurt myself. I confronted my mom about it, and she took me to the spot, and it no longer existed on this timeline. She says there's never been a manhole there. So now I'm having this other incident where a manhole pops up, and I'm like, oh shit, maybe that's where the other manhole went. You know what I mean? Like, is it following me? So now I totally felt like, where is it's the end. We're going to start the year over. And Terri says, it's Galactic New Year. Duh. And I was like, what the heck? I never heard of this thing before. And so, wow, it just was mind blowing. But I definitely saw the need to start ripping things apart and starting over. I got a big pile of stuff next to the back door. My house is a mess. I'm ripping stuff off. I'm getting rid of things that are broken. Anything that's broken, getting rid of it. I had to go get an estimate on that bumper because I was like, wait a minute, am I giving myself some bad luck by not fixing this bumper? Let me get this bumper fixed on the car, because on the way to Journey to Truth, that rubber piece flew down and it split my bumper. So I'm like, wait a minute. I even got to get a new stove now because the door is broken on. I'm like, no, got to get rid of it. Get rid of the old junk. Don't collect any junk. Get rid of the broken items. And I don't know, Susan, were you experiencing any change that you noticed? Oh, you might be mute. Everybody, make sure you might be mute. So
I had some weird stuff come up where something was trying to knock me, out of my zone, my comfort zone before I went. And I just decided that wasn't going to bother me because I keep hearing good things are coming for all of us that are here.
Yeah, me too.
And there's just going to be a lot of death and anxiety with that. And also, it's kind of funny because, like, remember I pulled this card before we went live, and it's Dragon Fae and it's Queen Maeve on here. But listen to this. It says, "I am Maeve. Some call me Queen, and it is of your independence and personal sovereignty that I wish to speak of to you at this time. Every day you see and feel injustices in your world, and each time that you remain mute, you allow the energy to spiral. Now is the time to make the difference. Now is the time to take back the power, the mother, the earth goddess from whom we were all birthed, and gave to you safeguard and keep wisely the precious gift of being on this planet. Understand that you are energy and can use more than the old aggressive ways. Use your energy and your mind, breath work, and what you call prayer, but what I call magic, to speak and allow your voice to reach others. You are more powerful than you know." Sorry, it's getting me a little worked up. When you find yourself struggling within the cage of anger and fear, breathe love and the rest and revive yourself with knowledge of your own strength. Know the dragon fair with you and will help to transmit the messages around this world you dwell in now. For I know, I tell you, that a reckoning will be made.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, that you are a part of this magical planet's rescue team. Be strong, be wise, stay safe, and change the world. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You got this, Susan.
Wow.
That's for all of us. I pulled that for the group.
I don't know if you wanted to make a comment on the card, or Terri, did you have a comment based on that, or anybody want to throw out a comment based on that card?
It's so beautiful and so powerful, and it's an amazing message for us.
I have a feeling this is going to be one where people are going to have to go back and listen to the messages and write some things down. I think this is going to be something to journal to, because this is a time of reflection. This whole thing, it's a time of reflection. So this is a time for us to look at how our life is going, what we've done this year, and what we want to make of this year. Because this is like a time to magnify your power. Because now you're getting 2 years into 1 year. So you're going to magnify your power by looking at where you've got what you've gotten done, wipe that off the plate. Now fill the plate back up and figure out what is it you want to work on? What is it you want to get out of this year? This is a good time to look back at your goals and decide, okay, I fell asleep on that one. I let that one go. Then you can also reevaluate and pivot. Do I still want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes we set goals and we say, this is what we're going to do. And sometimes you have to take a step back and be like, okay, I'm going to let that one slide. I don't think that's on my trajectory. But sometimes, those goals, they got you to this place where you are now. You wouldn't have gotten here to look if you hadn't have went forward with those plans. So don't pooey on the plans and it's a waste of time. No, it always here to get you to this point, to get you to a space. Now you got a new vantage point. You're standing on a higher plane now and looking out, and you can make a better assessment of what is coming next. I'm gonna go to Chastity, because you've been doing a lot of stuff, and just what your thoughts are. Have you felt a shift in how you want to reflect and what you can offer people to help them see, like, hey, you got it? Well, I don't know if you want to pull a card, but whatever it is you want to donate to this situation.
Okay. Well, this year just totally twisted a way that I didn't think it was going to. I had lots of plans to attend different conferences, and I haven't got to go to any of them. And I know during the solar eclipse that happened, I was going through a rough time, just trying to make ends meet. And I went driving around in a circle around the town, and I said, okay, I want this, 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 this. And I just started naming everything that I needed, that I felt that I needed in order to make it. And I just let it go after that. And then I think it was probably a couple weeks after that, I got a call from my landlord, and they're like, well, we thought it'd be better that we told you, but the owner of your house has decided that they're going to auction it off, and they're going to do that in like 2 weeks. You need to have an open house, and you can stay if you want to and see if the new owner will want you there, or you can move out now. And I'm just like, what? I had one child in college, getting ready to take finals. I had my youngest was still going to physical therapy because in February he had fallen at the local park and broke his leg, had to be taken to an by ambulance to a hospital and had a rod put in. And so we were still dealing with that. Plus, he had finals coming up, and my daughter was planning on moving to Missouri, and I was just like, I don't know what to do. And like the week before I got that phone call, I had this advertisement come across my screen while I was doing bills, and I it said that there was this 3 bedroom apartment, and it was way below price. And I thought, nah, that ain't real. That's old. And so when I got off the phone from the landlord, I answered that, or I went and called that number, and they said, yeah, we have one open. And yeah, it's a little bit more than that, but yeah, we have one. And I said, great, I'll take it. And they're like, what? You haven't even seen it. And I said, that's okay. I need it now. So I decided that it was time for us to move. And we went from a 4 bedroom, 2 bath house with a 2 car garage, huge backyard, to a 3 bedroom apartment with 2 bathrooms. And I had 2 garage sales that I moved a lot of stuff out. I think I donated probably at least a whole U-Haul trailer worth of stuff, and then gave stuff away. I still had to get 2 storage units, but we moved. We up and moved, and I don't know how I did it, honestly. I was so tired at the end. And then everybody got through their finals, passed those. And then my oldest son, he had to move, and we moved him suddenly. And it's just been constant upheaval and getting rid of the old. Um, and I've been doing that anyway since my husband passed away in 2015. But some of the stuff I had kept thinking that the kids would want it, because I have 3 boys and it was their dad that passed. And they're like, no, we don't want it anymore. So now it's just like wheeling and dealing, and there's no time to sit still. It's the sands are just shifting constantly, and it's all about getting rid of the old. And I don't even know if it's necessarily making room for anything new, but just getting rid of all the old stuff that I had been hanging on to, because what if, or the kids want it because it was their dad's or whatever. And so that's what I've been doing. And I don't feel like it was anything that I planned, other than me crying out and screaming out during the solar eclipse that these are the things that I wanted, because everything that I said during that time I got. So be careful what you say you want.
Definitely be careful. Definitely be careful, because and then ask for the shift with grace and ease. But this sounds like, this sounds like a lightning storm, a thunderstorm, a hurricane, and some more stuff.
Mhm.
Um, but my goodness, I was gonna say, you know what this reminds me of? Like when a kid is almost hit by a car, and you don't know, you ain't never moved this fast in your life. You've never been able to lift a car before. Like I can't
Yeah.
lift a tire, but all of a sudden you got incredible Hulk strength, and all of a sudden you must have tapped into Veronica. Oh my God, that's amazing. But you
Yeah.
know what? You didn't pity party, and you didn't fall down and cry. You got up like a big girl, and you went out there and did it. Man, this is like way inspirational and inspiring. And like imagine, this is only, we're in the 7th month, we're 7 months in now. Imagine
Yeah.
what you can do with the rest of the year. This is going to be amazing, and I hope people like hear your story and is just like motivated and inspired, like I can. And then how much weight did you lose this year?
Oh. Well, I started losing weight last year, but now I've lost a total of 85 pounds.
Girl, Chastity.
Just this year, I lost like 40, 35 to 40.
Yeah. So that's like you just dropped a 3-year-old. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like you just
Yeah.
so, wow. Because sometimes especially we look at weight and it's sticky. It feels
Hmm.
like it's sticky, but we can get it. We can get it. We just have to find our sweet spot, what motivates us and stuff like that. But since we were talking about the Incredible Hulk, I don't know, were you gonna pull any cards or you have any? Because I know you're like a channeler, remote viewer.
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And
Oh, okay,
here we
Veronica. All
have
right.
the Queen of.
Okay. There we go. You had the Queen of Wands. I can't move you. I don't know why you're not moving properly. There you go. Now it
Oh, that's
works.
weird. Oh, thank you. So, what happened is I was listening to Lady Erica, and as police officer that I was, and so was Susan Long. Those vehicles that are not fixed are the first ones we go to when we have traffic because most of the time, and I'm not saying you, Lady Erica, but most of the time they have warrants out for them or they have previous, you know, incidents.
Oh, with the damage on the car.
Yes. And one of my sergeants taught me a long time ago, he said, people who don't take care of their vehicles don't take care of themselves. And
Sure.
that stuck with me. And I'm like, here I am having an old truck, and I'm like fixing it. As when it breaks down, I have to find a way to fix it. I've been without it for 2 months and I'm still walking because of all the stuff that happened to me. I just
Mm.
real quick, Susan, I'm there with you. I know I was there with you in the back scenes, and I just want to say I love you, and we all got this. Not just you, but we all got this. You're right. Thank you for correcting me. And I've had 3 surgeries where cancer was taken out of my lower extremities, which I've had 2 blood transfusions, 3 surgeries, and well, I still have 4 active tumors, but they can't take them out right now. So I'm going to take a break. And everything that has been going on with what you're talking about, especially with what Terri said earlier, and I'm sorry, Chastity, that you've gone through that, and kudos on your weight loss, and Jax as well. I've learned just even recently with everything that's happened, I have seen changes, and more changes are coming. So I pulled this card, and it's the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands teaches us that life and death are one at the same. Where things grow, others die. Where things expand, others contract. Despite the paradox, she wants you to act, move forward, and create something new, exciting, and unlike anything you have done before. She knows that something in your life needs to be pulled down or destroyed so that the new things can come, the new things can take place. Take a moment to tune into the fiery power of Pele, that is her name, and let her energy sweep into your veins. Let her show you where to wield your creative power and how to create something meaningful, passionate, and full of intent. So this card speaks alive. It just a lot. It speaks loud and clear, like they say, because I've gone through things with the Secret Space program, and I've come to realize, right? You realize that you have to let go of the past. Whatever hurt you, whoever hurt you, just let it go. Have your boundaries. Erica, we've talked about this, and I feel that this new year, like Terri was reading earlier, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Um, and what Lady Erica was saying earlier, what everything we've gone through, there was a reason, and now we're here, and now we can face things that had hurt us. Even last night, I was thinking, what just happened? Like, why am I feeling like this? Why am I feeling angry? Why am I feeling sad? Why am I feeling all these emotions? And we just got through with a full moon, and that was the hardest full moon for me. It was 3 days of a lot of things that happened in my life with certain people, and it gave me a stomach ache, and I felt okay, if I don't speak my truth to this certain person or people, it's just gonna get me more sick. I don't want to get more cancer. F that. I the emotions. Sometimes when we don't speak, our emotions can make us, they can paralyze us. So I decided to speak out, and finally, through my teas and my herbal medicine, my herbal remedies, and my thoughts to calm myself down, I said, you know what? Everything's gonna be okay. Like I try and help change people, like to see them in the future, like, hey, this is what's coming, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. But some people do not want to hear you. And it's okay. That's what I learned. It's okay, Veronica. You're here to change the world, but guess what? Not everybody's gonna do what is best for them. So to me, that's all I wanted to say. And I said a lot. So thank you.
That was amazing that you even pulled that card. That's like a perfect card for that. And I can definitely testify to your heart has changed so much because you were in like such a vulnerable, sensitive position, and your heart is getting stronger. You're flexing that muscle and you're allowing yourself to not necessarily be triggered to the point where you need to run and hide, but to the point where you're like, I accept that the way that it is. It's very tough because allowing people to be in the space that they're in, and allowing them to come to conclusions on their own, it's not easy, especially for us, because we got mom power, and mom power says, I know what you should do. You know what you should do? And we want to flex those muscles, mom power, on people. And it's like, no, I'm my own autonomous, independent person. And just because you told me that, I reject it. And so, no. People be like, no, get out my face. You know what I mean? And so we just have to learn to be like, gently put the word out and sit back. And don't keep saying it over and over, and don't try to force feed it. And you can't rip somebody's jaws open and try to be like, I love you. Because then it don't feel like love after a while, right? It's not loving anymore, right? Because it becomes a force. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Am I doing this more for you or for my comfort because I don't feel good, because I don't like what you're doing? Or, let people learn their lessons and they'll come around. My sister can tell me something, and 3 years later, I'm like, yeah, I just thought about this. And she's like, heifer, I told you that 3 years ago. And vice versa. She'll be talking about, yeah, I really got it. And I'm like, yeah, but that was 3 years ago. I told you that. And it's like, you know what? It's going to happen for them when it's supposed to happen for them. So, and I think the only person who didn't get to speak about it so far, I'm loving that card, is Jax. And I know you, man, if you want to watch a 3-year-old, you're watching a 3-year-old, they be running, you like, stop before you fall. And I'll be looking at Jax like, what are you doing? Like, you're insane. You're a crazy woman. So tell us about your stuff. Like, I have to look at my friends, and we got to learn to love our friends like that. Like, this girl, Lord, I done told her.
What part?
We do it to each other, though. We do it to each other where I know, and I'm like, you know what? I'm sorry if I gave any of y'all a heart attack in the last 7 months, because I know I do crazy stuff. So anyway, me and Terri talked about that one day. But Jax, what is it that you wanted to say?
About all of this?
About this year, your reflection of this year, and any cards and any thoughts for the year and the year.
I don't have any. I have tons of cards, but I don't have any cards to pull.
It's okay, but you have some experiences. You did a lot this summer. You went through some major transformations, and even before the conference, you ran into something and fell down and knocked out. And I was
before the GTT conference, I fell back and smashed my back into a a trailer, a greens roller trailer, and two bolts went into my spine, and I adjusted, like moved my vertebrae, and I could hardly walk. I didn't think I was going to go. And then my wife, she got me on the table, and she healed me instantly, which was incredible. I was able to walk the next day. It blew my mind. I wasn't able to walk. I was hunched over. I was crawling down the stairs. It was horrible. I swear to God, I thought I broke my back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, no, today's the Galactic New Year.
And tomorrow's your birthday.
Tomorrow's my birthday, born on the Maya New Year and the Galactic New Year, so it's pretty awesome. Yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Girl, you don't
I love you guys.
You don't give yourself enough credit for your drama.
For my drama.
You had surgery. You had 2 surgeries over the summer.
No, in the winter time. It was in the winter time.
Really? That was the winter?
Yeah, that was
me. That was
it
your
was
summer.
January when I had the breast reduction, and then February when I had the deviated septum.
And went back to work like it was nothing. And I was like, sit down.
You always say that every week on
All the way down. Relax a little bit.
Stop.
No, girl, you have me going. You don't give yourself enough credit, because I get real like, oh, Lord, God, help her. Because I look at other people and I can't help but think about myself like, Lord.
You're like, do I really want to talk to her? Because God only knows it's going to happen. You're going to tell me now. Thank you, Connie. You're so sweet. Yeah, I'm excited. Oh, thank you.
Maybe this is low key your birthday party. Surprise!
Surprise! Happy birthday! We did it one time for Susan on my channel, so now it's for you, Jax. Yay!
I mean, I don't really know what else to say. I feel good things are happening.
Definitely.
I feel like good things are coming. Good things are happening. People are talking nonsense, saying, oh my God, get ready for the nuclear war and all this stuff. And they're just going on. And I feel like that's a totally different timeline. It's nothing to do with what we're on. No.
I know. Someone said they're going to kick all the Black people out of America. I was like, what are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about? Stop it. Yeah. Stop with the drama.
It's crazy. It's totally crazy.
We don't need no green card. We here now. We made it.
We're here.
We're here now.
You've been here for a while.
Michael Jackson was here. It's all good, like. So anyway, thank you for being.
I just want to say, people will believe this, except they won't believe the truth, right?
Wow, it's way easier to believe a lie than it is to believe the truth.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull. Oh well, I had a card. Where's the card?
Oh, by the way, Terri, I love your little outfit. Is that for the galactic thing that you the quiz?
So in the galactic astrology, I'm a yellow galactic star. So this is the symbol for the yellow galactic star.
Oh my God, I'm the red moon.
Oh, there you go. It's on. I posted it earlier today on Woman of the Stars chat. So there's a link there to do your own to find out what your glyph is in the galactic astrology. And there's also another link that talks about what the because we're going into the blue rhythmic storm year, and so then there's just the predictions about the year on there. So if you want to look up, there's a link you can check on the Telegram channel.
Is this? Let me see. Is this?
You have both of those, right? The one where you and I are both the walker or something, the light walker or something. And then you had that.
Oh, that's a different one. the
Oh,
void
okay.
walk.
Okay.
Is
Thank
this
you.
it?
Thank you for the Stevie Wonder style birthday.
That the one that you have there, that you have up, that is how you can find out what your galactic glyph is. Because like I said, I am a yellow galactic star. So you can go into there, just type in your birthday, and then it'll tell you what your sign is.
Okay, real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the chat and put it on the bottom of the screen. And then you had something else that you posted up here, and
Yeah.
I believe that was this.
Yeah.
Is it sharing this instead?
Yeah,
Is it
that one. Yeah, that's if you share that, that's just going to tell you what the Blue Rhythmic Storm Year, which begins tomorrow, what that's about.
okay? So we got the Blue Rhythmic Storm. I'll put that in the chat. Just a second. And is there something else, everybody? Is there something else that you were sharing on there? Is that another? Is there another one on here? Or that's it.
I think those are the two that I shared earlier today.
Okay, so those are the two. So,
And I did pull a card from the Mayan Oracle for all of us here. And the card that was pulled was Dreamer and Dreamed. So this is what it looks like.
all
And
right.
I don't, but I'll just read what it says here. The qualities: destiny, personal dream, synchronicity, mosaic meaning, and the larger dream. Your personal dream is unfolding. You are the dreamer revealing the dream. Be present, be aware. Remember that you are the ancient sage who carries the wisdom of lifetimes into this moment, and that this dream offers you the opportunity to merge all that you have been and may become. Time and space are folding. Stop and feel the interweaving of threads in the new dream. Be aware of potent dreams, chance meetings, cataclysmic books, and unusual encounters. As you recognize these threads from the larger dream, an exciting tapestry of meaning and purpose emerges. The dreamer is awakening, destiny is dawning. See how your past has brought you into the present and how the present catapults you into the future. Watch for strong feelings and intuitive knowings, patterns, images, colors, sounds, and sensations. Bring the mythic expression of yourself into the dream of your daily life. Free yourself from the way you normally view the world. You are the dreamer and the dreamed. In the collective dream field, all things are possible and are constantly being created. By choosing to become a conscious dreamer, you are helping to create the new reality of the larger dream and the greater reality unfolding. So that is the message. And I just say, wow, how powerful are we?
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
I think we're gonna learn a lot. I think we're gonna learn a lot in the coming time. And I will go ahead and say, like, I will do this next card, and I'll show it first. Interesting, because I feel like all the cards are lining up.
Mhm.
And I pulled from the deck of Angels and Gemstone Guardians. And it says, are you procrastinating? Take action and complete what you have planned. Speak up for yourself. Follow through and take the necessary steps to see your projects to fruition. Have confidence in your own abilities to make it happen. And I feel that goes a lot with Susan's card as well. Let me see. And on the back of that card, it has an affirmation. Angel of action. I am grounded and focused on the task at hand. I creatively complete projects so that I can enjoy and share the end results. I am motivated to accomplish all that needs to be done. And that's where I'm at, because like we just came back from conferences and we're just doing a lot of stuff, and like Chastity, you're just on a pivot because this just happened and that just happened, but you're like, wait a minute, I still got some stuff to do, and you're not going to move me out of this space. I'm going forward in this space, and I'm gonna get this stuff done, and so we can have another victory by the New Year's. So I don't know. I've just been trying to find myself at this point too, because I'm looking at my my she shed over here, and I'm like, I hadn't been in there doing my work. And I said, once I do this, and once I do that, and once I do this, but those things are done now. Get your butt up there now and get your butt up in there. And I went in there today and I was like, oh, it's not as bad in here as I thought. Okay. Because I think I've been avoiding it because I was like, this place is a mess. And you're like not wanting to deal with it. And there's some things like the bumper after that incident. And I'm so glad you said that, Veronica, because it's true. If you don't take care of your car, you're not taking care of yourself. Because I need to get my car, them seats shampooed. I never get my car washed. Like maybe once a year, my car goes to the car wash. And it's like, you know what? Diva with the crown, you need to get your freaking car washed. You need to get your tires armor all. You need to, because I was like, I need to feng shui everything down to my car and get that cleaned out, get my chi flowing and stuff like that. I was talking to my son about chi because his room happens to be the wealth room of the house. And I'm like, oh Lord, I gotta dig through his room. But it's not like his room is kind of more naked than it should be, but some rooms, like since I've been having all these repairs, some rooms are just like you get the repair part done, but now it's like, now what? Let me arrange the furniture properly. Let me do some things, finish this off. Let me complete the project. Let me get it done. So I'm like, oh yeah, time to get to work. I'm feeling it. And I don't know how everybody else is feeling. Like, are you feeling victorious? Because I hope you do, because the stories I'm hearing, everybody just sounds like they're victorious. You're all sounding like champions. I'm hoping it helps everybody who's out there to understand, like, sometimes you think it's just you going through it, but when you see it's like, wow, there's 6 of them and they all going through it. You know what I mean? We're all going through physical, mental, relationships, responsibilities, and we're all trying to get it done. And I'm just going to leave this open for anybody else to just talk and just throw their hats in on what they're getting out of this whole situation. Like, just listening to other people's stories. Like, how does it make you feel? Like, I'll throw you under the bus as usual, Susan. Anyway.
I don't know. It feels like there's a lot of change. Like while I was at the conference, I slept so hard every night. But then Sean said we were being taken, so I need to talk to him, and I need to talk to him about some Delaware stuff too, because that was weird. I ended up having the Airbnb occupant that will also move from the same state I was in.
Okay.
Yeah, that was weird synchronicity, but he was downstate from me. I'm just watching a lot of stuff that I thought was already over with, doing its final death throes, I guess, and I'm just waiting for that to be over. I don't know. It seems to be going on for some other people. Like the fall's going to bring us a lot more good things.
A lot more good. And I was already had a reading, several readings, and all my readings say September. It's going to be a month to remember. Do you remember the 23rd of September? Like that I was told that when you look back next year, when you look back at this year, you're going to be like, how the hell did that happen? Amazing things are going to happen. And Veronica, I don't know for you, did you have any thoughts on the predictions that were given to you? Like, has anybody said this is what's going to happen for you?
Well, I mean, you know me, I have the predictions and I've seen the flood and I've seen the freezing that's going to happen so that, Trump doesn't get in office. And I've been in the astral working with him. And a lot of people don't want to talk about politics, don't want to talk about doom and gloom. So you want to see what I predicted, and you can go to my channel, because I don't want to ruin it for everybody, but there's something.
No, it's not a fact of ruining. I mean, if that's what you got, this is a variety show. This is everybody got, that's your thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So all I know is I'm here for a reason, and other than to be with my children. And as you know, I've had a near-death experience, and I'm here, many death experiences, and I'm still here. So when I remembered being a super soldier, and I remembered Susan, and I came together with the people, and now is a time where we have to just keep getting stronger physically, eating the right foods, getting
and
rid
you
of.
are walking as a survivor who's having all this surgery. You are out there doing walks, still walking the dog. Like, how many miles a day are you walking?
It's only 4 miles a day for now, but I haven't been able to go to the gym right now because of the situation, and I still have to be very careful, because it's going to take. They told me to give myself a year to completely heal the area where they had to take everything off, and then everything had to grow back, and I'm still. It's like where they fixed it, there's like a crater, so it's really hard to sit down, and I can't really cool down or do sit-ups yet. My upper glutes are growing back, and I'm very excited because my body has totally changed, and it's happy now. Before, if you look at the pictures, like when I went to Savannah in September, and we had Halloween there, I also dressed up like the Hulk. I was very bloated and things like that. So anyway, going back to, we're all getting prepared for something, and some of us are, a lot of us are caretakers, we're mothers and things like that. But when it comes to, so the prediction is that we're supposed to have World War III with China or some other entity, because remember, the insectoids are also, and the grays are also behind a lot of these countries. So there's talk about perhaps with Iraq, according to Cassidy. And then what I see is that they're preparing us to have this fake alien invasion thing, but at the same time, they're going to be decloaking the Lockheed Martin ships and the Raytheon ships. And, all I know is that if you're called for this, you'll know. You'll know. Your body's going to start changing. Your whole life is, you're being called for something. Unfortunately, the negatives, we'll just call it that, they want to rain on your parade. And so things that happen to us, unfortunately, we just have to roll with the punches, and we have to be prepared for anything. But at the same time, I'm learning through all of you to kind of take it easy, because I worry so much, that I want people to open their eyes, but at the same time, it's going to be on their time. And I do a lot of time traveling to change timelines. I just recently changed one through the full moon. Katana came in, another altar, and she doesn't take no crap, and the fans are actually a weapon. I don't have the ones here with me that are a weapon. I just use my regular fans. But in the astral, I'm constantly, I get tired of fighting. I get tired of being taken, and it's like I've already broken contracts with religion, with so many things, with the we'll just call them the negative bad entities, and it's like, no, I'm not going to go work for you, And they've been attacking my family members. I'm not going to say who. So they're using them, And it bleeds through, and I see changes in my children. I see changes in my family members. I see what they're doing to them to try and stop me from helping them in humanity. So it's I'm hanging in there, but I have like 5 more cards if you want me to do one more or whenever.
Oh, I mean, if you want to do some more of your cards, go ahead. I do want to do this though. Right
Yeah.
before you do your card, let me do this. Let me find out where we at, what page we on. Because here, while this woman is recovering from all these surgeries, she has become
Oh,
like the
thank you.
most intimidating artist that I've ever seen, because she is like she's breaking the barrier of creativity with her books. It's beyond
Thank you.
creative. It's on another level, and I'm like, wow, I've never seen anything like these books that you make, and you call them junk journals. I don't know, we might have to change the name of that because you're calling them junk journal, but they're like so amazing, and I'm so impressed. And this is why she can't sit down. But she's standing up making these amazing journals, and maybe, I don't know, is it the drugs? I was like, Veronica, is it the medication? But anyway, you
not on
making
any
it,
medication. No, I'm not.
not taking it.
No, they had me on morphine, and even though it's very painful still, like right now I want to stand up, but after 5 months of morphine, do you think it's 4.5 months? I'm like, I can't do this anymore. And the doctors are like, what do you mean you stopped taking the morphine? I'm like, I had to. I have to take care of. I can't let these things, But I started making these junk journals 3 years ago because my cousin told me about them, and it's not the drugs. but I have
make
like
that joke, but I know you
I
saw
know, but I have like high functioning autism, so it's hard for me to. In high school, they used to call me Mexican blonde because I'm not Mexican, but they used to call me
Oh,
Mexican blonde
wow.
because I wouldn't get the joke until next day, and I'm like, I don't know if you're joking or not, sometimes. But okay, I'll read the Hierophant, and then later on, whenever
Ooh,
you
the
want.
Hierophant. That is definitely time for the Hierophant.
Okay. So can you imagine a world with no recorded history? And I think this is why I kind of like love making these books, because the women can actually in the old times, they have secret compartments. So in the old days, women couldn't really talk about their problems, so they would hide it in secret and in different, books. And so that's why I make them for the women that need to get that out, their emotions out or whatever, or talk about their secrets. Everybody has, something they want to talk about, but they can't. Yeah, sometimes. So anyway, all right. All those stories and their cast of colorful characters would never have been told if someone like our scribe never made a conscious effort to record them. Every generation has a story to tell, a lesson to share, and wisdom to impart. Without them, none of us would have any sense of identity or purpose. History is important, like it or not. You are a product of your history and your ancestral history all rolled up into one. And remember, I'm going to add that you can change that. You can go into the astral, you can just simply close your eyes or just imagine something different. You just change that timeline. If you're not content.
And you can heal it.
Yes.
That's what we do, to heal these bloodlines. That's your purpose. Yeah.
That's why we're here. Yeah. This is why the Hierophant always seems to have a quill in her hand and a book under her arm. It is her job to retell the stories that shaped the rules you now live by, and you liking them is not even close to being the point. Rules are in place for a reason. History has some very important lessons. Listen, read, and learn. I laugh because my daughter always says, Mom, you're like that old man telling stories. And I'm like, well, my grandfather was the man that told us the stories from what happened with his family. I come from the Bartolini side, which was Napoleon's right-hand man. And then my aunt, one of my grandfather's sisters, she married an Oppenheimer. So I'm like, I have to tell my story. This is why I'm here, also. But I have to correct the wrongs, because back then they didn't know
I warn people, if they give me a mic, you might not get it back. Yeah.
Mhm.
I appreciate that. I didn't know if you wanted to share the next card, or
Yeah. Let me find it.
it might be a lot to.
It's the Nine of Pentacles.
All right.
Okay. So the Nine of Pentacles is this one. I'll just show the big picture and then I'll read it. There's, these things up here, pentacles, and then there's the elf in there. Okay. So you slowly walk toward the wishing well. And toss in your coin. You take a deep breath and realize you wish to the rippling water below. You touch your heart and lips and turn around. Without looking back, you walk away. Just then, the keeper of the well raises and adds your coin into her collection. Your wish may or may not be answered. Yet the mermaid of the well continues to collect your coins and add them to her collection. She receives without asking and gets to be the keeper of their wants and wishes. When you look at all of her coins, can you find yours? There is a protective element to the Nine of Pentacles, like you have finally learned how to set boundaries around yourself, your health, and your material treasure. Just as the mermaid keeps the coins and secrets of the well protected, there is nothing wrong with protecting what you have worked so hard to create, especially if you intend to keep enjoying your good fortune for a long time to come. I give kudos to all of you ladies. I mean, I'm so sorry. I forgot your name. You lost your husband and you've been through all that. I've been homeless before with my kids, so I totally get you. My kudos to all you ladies here and on the chat, because life, teaches us a lot. It teaches us to stand up for ourselves, and finally say no to some things and then say yes to others. So maybe new relationships, new house, right? New place to live. Like maybe like I had to move. I had to move away and to very far from my from where I was living. So I'm very happy I did. Yeah, it's a different frequency. The frequency will call on you. So thank you.
And Terri, I know you got something. Go ahead. The spirit told me Terri wants to speak on this card. Spirit said, I'm kidding. I'm gonna be like Crefla Dollar or something. I don't know.
Well, I think, a lot of times we think we are wishing for something. We want something. And like she said, it may come true or it may not. But if it doesn't, it's because there's something better waiting for us. And we make a wish based on where we are at this moment. Or we make wishes based on our past. That's what we see our future based on our past. But if we stay in the present moment, we realize there's all kinds of other possibilities. And, like Erica, you often say, this or something better. And maybe that's just it is, we're basing a wish based on what we've had in the past. And if we open up to new possibilities, then our wishes may change. Our wants are going to change and we change. So yeah, we're dreaming ourselves into being a different person, and there's a lot to be said about what we wish for, because our wishes are not always in the best in our best interest.
Right. Because
know,
at that time we have a limited vantage point, and from
that's
that
right.
point of view, we think we're wishing for the best.
Right.
And it's so interesting because this is dreamer, doesn't it say dreamer on the card?
Oh,
Dreamer,
the card is the dreamer card. Yeah, that's from the book. Yeah.
dreamer and dreamed.
Yeah.
Destiny, personal dream, synchronicity, mosaic meaning. And so that mosaic is not a clear picture.
Yeah.
right? There's lines and it's a little blurry. And then sometimes you got to pull the picture back to take a better look so you can see what it's really saying. And then sometimes, like, it's like when you look at the clouds and some people see a mermaid and then the other person says, oh, that looked like a lion, or you know what I mean? Like, so we got to adjust our point of view. And I like the fact that you're saying that you're basing it on your past experience. And that can F you up sometimes if you limit your perspective to your past experience. And I was told the reason you drive your car, you look out your windshield instead of a rear view mirror. The rear view mirror is real small. So our perspective based on the past, what's behind us, is extremely small and limited. But the windshield that's in front of us is huge. Wouldn't you rather drive looking through the windshield rather than always looking back through the rear view mirror? Always basing everything on your past when what is in front of you? I've never been to Montana before. I've never been to Oklahoma. I never drove all the way to Wisconsin or Iowa where my friend stays. And so my life will be different when I'm looking forward instead of basing everything on, well, people always do this and they never do that. And I never had this and I never had that. And this is what always used to happen to me. And now we're like, you know what? Let's block. What do you say? Control, Alt, delete.
Yeah.
Get used to that. Control. You're in control. It's an alternative to what you had in the past. And now delete the old picture and let's like break through. Woo! I never even thought of that before. Like, isn't that crazy? Control, delete. You have control over that. You can delete that old picture and you can alternate your path. And so that is the message that we're going to leave here with today. Look at what you did already. If it's a mistake, control, alt, delete. Fuck all that. I used to, I used to say this when I messed up a paycheck. Money comes and money goes. And I would have to make myself feel better so that I can move on because you're like, dang, I messed up. Dang, I messed up.
Oh,
Eric, what happened?
she
It
lost?
kicked you because I think it only lets us do an hour. I
Oh.
don't know. But real quick, she was talking about money. What I learned is when you get your money, cash, what I do, my secret is I go to the east and I say, money comes to me now. Multiply it by 1,000 times 1,000-fold. That's just what I do. And it works. Thanks, everyone. Do we leave now?
I think, yeah,
It's
she's
still live.
on because she has to. I don't know why she got kicked out, but she's.
That was so weird.
Yeah, I'm sure she's still coming back. But so I will just sort of take. Oh, here she is.
But I dropped the mic.
I dropped the mic.
Oh,
Don't play with me. I dropped the mic. Go ahead, Terri. Go ahead, because I'm.
no, I was just going to say because we lost you, so I was just going to ask if anybody, like some final words from Veronica. Anything else you wanted to say?
That's it, pretty much. Just keep loving yourself and heal yourself with the sun. Do some sun gazing. And I'm always barefoot here. The other day I went out to meet my mom and I'm like, oh, I forgot to put my shoes on. Like, just be one with nature and keep smiling and keep shining and keep helping each other like you guys here. And I really am grateful for everybody here. Thank you. Chastity is going to get better. I see it's going to get better. Jax, you are very brave for doing a breast reduction. Susan, I love you, man. Keep hanging in there. You're a warrior. Terri, I love you. You're like my mama. And Erica, you're like my crazy twin sister. I love you all.
Hey, that's what we're talking about. Unscripted liberation codes. That's Mario. We met down at the conference, and thank you for all those interviews. And we're looking forward to talking to you really soon. Anybody else want to throw out there?
Mario has 2 interviews on my show. That's how he started. So when
Wow.
he
And
started
Mario,
show, everybody got to meet him. So thank you, Mario. Yay.
Mario is amazing, y'all. Amazing story. And he got the salsa to prove it. And Alex, you're right. Because Alex, my little lover boy Alex, he was like, come on, I'm gonna do the interview. And he pulled that mic out and they was like, okay. I was like, y'all sure y'all want to give me a microphone? Because I already told y'all, you give me the mic, you might not get it back. But anyway, thank you, thank you. Chastity, any final thoughts on telling people like just what they can do to like pump that energy up? Because I'm like, you
Yeah.
got the muscles, girl, to prove it.
Well, I know when I was calling in what I wanted, what I felt that I needed, I was just thinking of all the things that made me happy that I had come across in life. And because I've been reaching for this future, and I thought that I was going that direction, and it didn't happen. And so what I started pulling on was everything that had ever made me happy, and that I thought would help me sustain a choice of happiness, like being close to nature, and that sort of thing. So I asked, I mean, I was like, I want to be either facing a sunset or facing a sunrise. I want a park that I can walk to. I mean, I was down to specifics as what I wanted. And I have a balcony that faces the sunset. I got to watch a panoramic view of all the fireworks for July 4th, and I didn't have to leave my house or my apartment. And I have a park that starts when I cross the street, and it's just nothing but an open field of green grass, and then a park with water, trees, disc frisbee golf or something like that, and just it's awesome. There's places to walk. Then across the other side of the street is a rec center where I can go exercise. There's a swimming pool. There's volleyball over there, and there's just a lot of everything. Before was like within 2 miles. Now everything's within 2 blocks. I can walk wherever I need to go, and so I like that. That makes me happy because it's easier for me to connect. So those are what I pulled on when I started saying, this is what I need, this is what I want. I looked at the things that would bring the choice to be happy readily instead of fighting for it all the time. I wanted that grace and that ease, so that's what I was calling forth. So, new future.
You have the power. Control, Alt, Delete. Jax. Final words.
Final word. Just live your life, be happy, and love unconditionally.
Cherry on top. Cherry on top. Susan.
Live from the heart, man. Live from the heart. Unconditional love, and everything will flow. It's beautiful. It is.
And I don't know, Susan, if I'm going to keep on being like, Susan. I like picking on you, though, because I love you. So anyway.
What am I doing? I asked the universe for one black kitty for my practical magic house, and now I have 3.
I don't know. Were you specific? You must not have been specific. So then a bunch of cats just showed up at Susan's door and was like, open it now. Get out my way. This is my house.
How they do. They're out there going, meow, meow, come out. And then when I came back from the airport, there was like 4 cats running towards me, and they're all feral cats in the driveway.
Oh,
man. Then there was a strange dog, and I wait for the deer to come out. But yeah, usually I have my coffee, go out and pet the kitties because their purr is really calming. Then try to do some yoga and some meditation. Just trying to stay grounded with all this madness going on.
Yeah. Maybe the cat, or maybe the dog identifies as a cat.
Usually that dog has another dog with it, but I think it's funny that the deer and the cat, the bats like to come and visit me, but
Yeah. And you didn't even show off your wings.
Oh, no wings. Let's see.
Oh my gosh. She can fly. So don't mess with her. She can fly. She will mess you up. Anyway, that fate energy. And Terri, we said so much.
Yeah,
I'm loving it.
yeah.
I would throw it down
I think
too.
my final word, my final is happy Galactic New Year, and I hope that the next year that unfolds for all of you, for everyone listening, will be an amazing year, and just stay in your own dream, who you are, and don't be influenced by what others say, because this is your journey, and your journey is the most important journey, right? So
Right.
be true to yourself, and don't worry about all the other shit that's going on.
Bam. I like it when our elders curse. I love it. Anyway, it just makes me like, haha, she cursed. I'm silly though. And throwing it down there, because you said that, you know who your supporters are. You know who, and then people think like, oh, you only have supporters, or oh, you only have naysayers. Everybody plays a part in your story. You got your supporters.
Everybody plays a fool. Everybody plays a fool.
Well, with your supporters, they're gonna pat you on the back. For the
Yeah.
naysayers, they're gonna piss you off just enough for you to get the job done. And then there's gonna be those people who sit on the fence and all they want to do is watch. Don't believe me? Just watch. You know what I'm saying? So here we are. We done got flued out, y'all. Y'all done got flued out. We're gonna press the button and we're gonna talk to you another galactic year from now. Anyway.